Hello, everyone. This week, our topic is interactive writing. Interactive writing is one of the 4 instructional contexts for writing. It requires high teacher support. In this type of group writing, both the teacher and the students share the pen to create a large text that can be read over and over and over. Interactive writing is generally seen as part of the primary literacy classroom, grades K1 and early 2, but has an important place in the intermediate classroom also. As you read the articles and watch the videos this week, begin thinking about the components you see within the lessons and how you can implement those in your own work. There are 5 essential elements of interactive writing, which I'm going to discuss now. Number 1, provide a base of active learning experiences. Children's experiences create the foundation for interactive writing. Some of their experiences are personal or individual, and some are fairly common to the class. For example, taking a field trip, an experiment, listening to a guest speaker, writing directions on how to use the drinking fountain, and so on. All these experiences include exploration, discovery, and talk. Another shared experience is through children's literature. This includes, but is not limited to, poems, rhymes, chants, stories, informational books, and many other kinds of texts. The second element is talking to establish a purpose for the interactive writing. Establishing purpose is an extremely important part of the learning process in interactive writing. This helps young children learn that writing serves many different functions. For example, a list serves one purpose, sequential directions serve another. These writings not only have different functions, but also different formats. We want the children to know that other people will be reading their writing and it will need to make sense to others. Number 3, composing the text. Having a common experience and establishing a purpose through talk, the next step is to compose a text with the children. They are not writing a sentence that the teacher has thought of. The children are writing a sentence that has been composed along with the teacher. We want the children to think about their message and their audience. Once a sentence has been composed, have the children repeat it a few times so they have it in their heads. I highly suggest that the teacher write the composed text on a Post-it note so that you will remember exactly what the children said. Number 4, constructing the text. Once the text is composed, the teacher and the children write together. They're sharing the marker, letter by letter, or letter cluster by letter cluster, word by word, across the page from left to right, moving back to the left to begin new lines, and leaving appropriate spacing between words and lines. This is when the teacher makes teaching points to help students attend to features of letters and words, to invite a child to come up to the easel to contribute a letter, word, or part of a word, or even punctuation. There are many things happening at once during the actual construction of the text. The text written by the children focus their attention on sounds, letters, and word structure. It gives them ownership of the piece and captures their attention. The final element is rereading the text during construction. During the construction of text, the teacher and children are rereading after each word to decide where to put the next word. They're saying each word slowly to hear the sounds in words. They're attending to spaces, developing word-by-word matching, directional movement, and monitoring using sound to letter formation. Remember, the goal of interactive writing is to shift control to the children to become independent writers. Now, I know you're thinking, well, this is fine and dandy for kindergarten, first, and early second grade, but what about later second grade, third, fourth, and fifth? Well, because these students have experiences with writing, there are some shifts. The composing and writing go back and forth more quickly. They're able to compose and write more sentences in one lesson. The actual writing and typing of the text is faster. These children often have a core of known words they can easily and fluently write or type, and this speeds the process along. While interactive writing happens daily in kindergarten and first, it is less frequent in grades 2 through 5. However, the length of the lesson may be 20 or 30 minutes versus 10 to 15 minutes in kindergarten and first. In grades 2 through 5, interactive writing allows for expansion and extension of genre studies. In all grade levels, the interactive writing is displayed in the classroom to be used as a resource for the students. I just want to mention a couple misunderstandings about interactive writing. The first misunderstanding is that every child must have a turn every day. The second misunderstanding is there must be a turn-taking sequence, maybe calling children up in alphabetical order or drawing popsicle sticks with their names on it from a can. Drawing lines for each letter in a word is another misunderstanding. All of those remove the opportunity to make choices that maximize student learning. Teachers must be intentional when selecting students to participate. For example, if in writing workshop, a teacher just taught a child how to add quotation marks to indicate dialogue, then during interactive writing, this child could be asked to come up to the chart and place quotation marks on the group story. How do teachers do this? By observing, informally assessing, and documenting observations of students every chance they get. By the end of the week, you will be able to explain in writing the purposes for interactive writing in the balanced literacy classroom. There are several videos for you to watch this week. Be sure to read the excerpt from Stan Swartz's text, Interactive Writing and Interactive Editing. There are 2 articles to read about interactive writing this week. And there are additional resources here with videos for you to use. Discussion forum. Please explain what you feel are the main components in an interactive writing lesson in the primary grades, K2. What needs to be part of every lesson? What is non-negotiable? Explain how interactive writing can be used in the intermediate grades. Would the focus be the same? If not, what should teachers focus on in these lessons? Please be sure to cite 2 additional sources in addition to our course readings and respond substantially to 2 other students. Here is the discussion forum rubric that will be used to score your forums. If you have any questions, please ask me.